Hello everyone, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino Listener, so let's get into it. You don't remember the fall. One second you were scaling the upper balcony of an old Fontaine estate, agile and silent as Arlecchino had trained you to be. The next, your foot caught, the ledge betrayed you and the ground rushed up in a blur of sky and panic. The pain came later. You didn't scream, but the mission went sideways after that. Backup retrieved you, patching you up enough to stop the bleeding, before dragging you back to the house of the hearth. Arlecchino arrived shortly after. You're still half doped on pain meds, when she pushed open the infirmary door. She doesn't say anything at first, just stares at you. Then you try for a smile. Don't worry, the ground broke me fall. Her eyes narrowed. You think this is funny? And suddenly, you realize that this isn't the version of Arlecchino that jokes at night. The one who lets you touch the small scar under her collarbone. The one who calls you trouble in a tone more fond than annoyed. This is the knave. And the knave is furious. You were instructed to wait for backup before entering the wing. She says, voice tight. You ignored direct orders. I had a shot. You argued. It would have slipped through our fingers. And now you have one functioning leg. She snaps. Was that worth it? You fall silent, and she exhales slowly, then approaches, kneeling by your cot with unnerving precision. Her gloves are off before you can blink. Cool fingers wrap around your wrist, pulse thumping fast against her touch. You could have died. And I didn't. You know that's not the point. But it is, isn't it? You didn't. You're right here. Bones broken, but heart intact. Still, you've never seen her this angry. You open your mouth. Maybe to apologize and maybe to defend yourself once again, but she cuts you off. For the next 7 days, you're not leaving this room until I say so. You blink. You're not serious. Her gaze sharpens. Would you like me to double it? And that's when you go quiet. The following days are quite strange, really. Arlecchino does not hover. Hovering is beneath her, but somehow she's always there. The minute you shift your weight to get up, she appears in the doorway. Like somehow something summoned her there. Don't even think about it. If you so much as reach for your crutch unassisted, she intercepts it, fixes your posture, tightens the brace on your leg with a tenderness you didn't know she possessed. She doesn't say why she's doing it, doesn't say how she's feeling, but every glance is a storm with no thunder. Every sigh from her lips seems frustrated and worried. And on the 3rd day, you catch her brushing your hair out of your eyes while you're pretending to sleep. Her fingers linger a little too long, and her breath just ghosts over your cheek. And you don't open your eyes. Not yet. You're not mad because I disobeyed. You say on day 5, when she brings you tea without a word. You're mad because I got hurt. She doesn't deny it. She doesn't confirm it either. She simply stirs sugar into your cup and sits it down on your nightstand. You're not invincible, she says at last. I've known that since the day you joined, but I've made peace with the risk. She pauses, looks at your leg, and then sighs. I didn't make peace with this. You reach for her hand and she doesn't pull away. You can't control every risk, Arlie. No. But I can control you. You raise an eyebrow. I mean, your assignments. She corrects, though her lips twitch. Just barely. They squeeze their fingers. I'm not glass. No, you're worse. You're reckless, stubborn, difficult to kill, but not impossible. She finally meets your gaze, and I'm not ready to lose you. You understand? You don't know what to say. But she lets you rest your head against her shoulder, and in that silence, you find something better than words. And by day 7, you're getting restless, and you try to sneak out again. She's waiting outside the door. I was going to sit in the courtyard. That's barely walking. That's barely listening. She replies. Still, she sighs in her lens, walking you out herself. You settle on a bench, and her coat drapes over your shoulders, her shadow never straying more than a few feet away. And that night, as you curl under the blankets, she sits beside you, brushing her fingers over your cast, like it personally offended her. If you break anything else, I'm chaining you to my desk. You smirk, kinky. She pinches your arm, but your heart's not in it. You pull her down beside you, and for once, she doesn't resist. She watches you until you start to drift, and her voice is soft in the dark. No more missions for a while. You nod. Because you know there is no discussing this with her. She's just on a protective streak, and you'll wait for her until she is more relaxed. She kisses your cheek then, and you smile, looking at her, and you know that no matter what happens, you're happy to be with her. But you know that you'll never stop being yourself, and she'll never stop worrying about you. But at least it keeps her on her toes. For now.